Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. And before we get into the Kingdom toys that we're going to show off this month, I wanted to take a look at something special that just came to me. This was sent by new subscriber and friend Cindy Rainbow. It's a toy replica truck done up to resemble Optimus Prime from the Generation 1 days. I don't know exactly where she got this truck. Now, I know I've seen toys like it available at some of the arcade places like Round 1 Entertainment and Dave & Buster's, where it's available as a prize for so many tickets. I'm sure there's probably some retail stores out there that sell these. But at any rate, like we said, it's done up to look like Optimus Prime in his Generation 1 days, but it's designed to more resemble the truck mode, as it does not transform. Well, technically, in a way it can, because as they list on the box, the robot is molded on the chassis. As you can see there, when we get the light just right, you can see him. Little paint application for that would have been a nicer touch, in my opinion. But again, that's just my opinion. But all in all, like I said, it does have some more detail. And we got the railings here, and there's actual air horns painted on the top of the truck. And since it's done up to look like an actual truck, you can probably just barely see it in there, but there is a steering wheel in there. But at any rate, let's compare it side by side with the one we all want to see it with. We got right here the Generation 1 toy. And it's kind of looking at them side by side. There are, of course, going to be a few differences, like it's got a different hubcap on the front wheel. The fuel tanks are considerably larger on this, and of course we don't have any paint on the top for the air horns, and there's no railings along the sides of Optimus. And of course there's some more elaborate detail work here on the exhaust stacks. And they've limited the blue back here to being the area just above the back wheels. And of course this one has a hole for the fifth wheel instead of a post like the original one does, so that means that this one can't pull the original trailer. However, we'll take a look at him next to the more modern Optimus. This is the Earthrise and Kingdom version of Optimus. And it kind of carries over some of the same traditions. Again, you don't get a lot of the small details. And everything else is still somewhat restricted, as, like we said, this one is more meant to look like a real truck versus the toys, which are a stylized truck, to give room for the transformation. Now, since the Earthrise version's trailer has a post on it here, let's conduct a little experiment, shall we? Let's take a look. Let's see. Will the Earthrise and Kingdom trailer connect into the fifth wheel? No, it will not. It will not go in. The post is just a little too wide to go into it, but it does hold on to it relatively well. The only downside with it is that the trailer is at a slight angle. I don't know how well you're catching it here on the camera, folks, but the trailer is at a slight angle. Now, I mean, if you're able to buy a loose trailer, like, you know, at a flea market, or you buy one loose from Transformer Land, or off of eBay, one that's been kind of wrecked, and junked, and stripped for parts or whatever, you can find one like that, and maybe take some sandpaper or a hobby knife to it and try to trim some of this down so that it will fit more perfectly into the fifth wheel there. This might actually work for it. It doesn't look too bad, all things considered. But in case any of you were wondering, now you know. And as we always heard on the PSAs back then, and knowing is half the battle. So what do I think of this little toy? Well, it's a nice thing if you're a truck enthusiast, or you liked a lot of the vehicles from a lot of old television shows. Because I know part of these that they did make were some used in a lot of 80s television shows. But if you're a real car or truck enthusiast, this might be something nice to have on your shelf. And like I said, if you can find a scrap trailer, or maybe even if you're a good model builder or whatever, you can probably build one for yourself. That'll work out just as great. So I know there are people that can do that. I'm not one of them, but I do know there are people that can do that. And that might make a nice addition on somebody's shelf. All in all, it is a nice looking little truck. It does pay great homage to the original toy. So yeah, I do kind of like it. The only problem I really had with it was getting him out of the package. Because the packaging, it is mounted on this little plastic piece. And to get it free, looks like the screw escaped on me, but there was a screw in here that you had to unscrew. Nope, there it is. There it is, found the screw. Found the screw. There's the screw, folks. So we don't have a loose screw. Either that or that's your opinion, not mine. At any rate, that was screwed in there pretty snug on him, so that took a little effort to get it freed so that I could review it for you. But all in all, I do like it. It does make a nice little addition. And if you are a fan of semi-trucks in general, or Generation 1 Transformers, you might like having it on there, having it. Unfortunately, the bonus robot mode bit, that's kind of pointless. If you didn't bother painting it any decent colors, it wasn't worth molding it in down there. At any rate, that concludes my review of this Hollywood Rides Optimus Prime toy truck. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please leave me a thumbs up here on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and join our ranks. Make sure to hit that bell icon so you'll be notified when we post content this month, since we're going to be working on some Kingdom toys this month. Also, I ask you share this video with your friends and fellow subscribers. That's what helps this channel grow. Once again, a good shout out to Cindy Rainbow for sending this to me. And everybody else, please share your thoughts about this vehicle in the comments down below. This is Sparkster1701 saying I'll catch you all later.